Esta conferencia comenzará a grabarse.
And we share it later with those that are not able to join us at this time. Okay. So
1 second.
So welcome everybody. We have with us today Juan Abad. Juan Abad is ICT director on Dana Automotive here in Spain. He's one of the member of the cluster IDEA. He's in the steering committee also, and he's really expert on Industry 4.0. Probably he's in the most advanced group of the experts. Okay, he has a really great implementation of robotics, IoT, data analytics in his plan, and he has been doing that not only for the plan here, but for all the group. Okay, but anyway, today Juan will speak about how they are facing the need to prepare the plan for the going back to the work phase. Okay, and so Juan, your floor.
Okay. Hello, good morning to everyone. Okay. Thank you for allowing to me to share our experience. Okay. Really, we are not stopped. Okay, because we only have a transition period in the. You know that in Spain we have the obligation to close 15 days. Okay, because the government declared that our activity was not a priority and we needed to close 15 days. But I prefer to say that we only make a break, okay? Because we started to prepare all this situation at the beginning because we, unfortunately, or I don't know, say unfortunately, we had three plants in China, in Busan, near of the focus of the pandemic, and the company was in alert in this situation. And in the middle of February, when we started to detect the first step in Italy, the company started to share with all European plan rules to apply and to start to be in alert, okay, according that perhaps a near future. The future has appeared, okay, and we have make we have do the task to prepare our plan to be safety with time, okay. Also, we haven't found a lot of difficult, but I think that we are a little fortunate because we started in February. Okay, at the beginning it's clear we started with the basic measure. Okay, the distance social, info to all employees with advertisement in the soft law in all areas the plan with the measure to clean. The very important clean the hands. We increase the cleaning. At the beginning, we only had one shift at the day to clean the office and the common areas. And the first step was put 2 shifts per day. Okay, 2 times per day to clean all areas. The second step was regulate the access to the common areas. This was very important because, for example, in our eating room, in a normal situation, we had 20 people at some time, and now we only have 4 people at some time. After these 4 people leave the eating room, automatically the cleaning team clean the eating room and allow to the next team to go to the eating room. Regulate the small areas, okay? All areas when there are traffic of people, is only allowed to go in one direction. Is marking the floor that you need to keep 2 meters of distance from the other person, and the regulation of the break in the soft floor. At the past, we only have one break from at the middle of the morning, another break in the afternoon, other break in the night or in each shift, and now we have escalated it, and we have 4 breaks, and only a small quantity of persons are allowed to stop in this break, and also they cannot be together, and the distance social is very, very important. For us, it's 2 meters of distance social. But also, we know that we have very problem with this topic because the people, after 6-8 hours of working, lose this, and you need to take alert and to be very restrict and say to the people, please keep the distance, because if not, sometimes the people don't have the mentality of keep this distance. The second other step was control the temperature of the worker when arrived to the plant. Okay, at the moment we are using normal thermometers. Okay, we are studying by camera, temperature camera. In this point appears a lot of issues because this market is totally new for us. There are different offers with price very, very different. When you say and you read that more or less the device is the same, and say, what happened? Why this camera is 4,000 euros and this 9,000 euros and more or less is the same? In this point, we need expert help to be sure what we need to install in the plant. One of the problems to start with all this rule has been that the productivity has decreased a lot. Now we lose a lot of hours in cleaning and protocols, and our productivity has decreased more or less 20 points. At this moment, it's difficult to say how we can do to recover our normal activity. At this moment, we see very, very difficult how to work in this topic to return to our normal productivity, because a lot of this down is because you need to stop more time to access to the dress room, or to clean the machine, or to install the protection equipment, individual protection equipment. It's complex. It's complex. Other topics that we have that when we have problem is the support of the government agencies. Okay, now we are trying to send all documentation for from the employee regulation. Okay, it's clear we are a automotive manufacture plant. We are very linked with the big oil manufactured cars. If at this moment all this industry is stopped, also our order has decreased to 0, and we need to start to regulate the work of the employees. But in the last week, only 4 people are totally focused to create the document, to try to send to the government. The rules are not clear. The documentation is very complex. The legal assessor don't have the full information. You try to contact with the agencies, nobody answered. A lot of our waiting with the phone. It's very, very complex. From my point of view, at this moment, it's more easy that your plan produce that you can make a official document with the government. Other problem that we have at this moment is the test. Okay, we are also have read about this topic. Okay, you can install temperature measure control, you can install distance measure on the plant, you can training to the workers, you can, but you need to know what is the status, the healthy of your workers. It's very important because at the end we are working in a big show floor with more or less 285 workers in the same area. If you don't have the confidence that the health of all of these workers is okay, it's very complex to organize the factory. At this moment, the utilization of equipment, individual equipment of protection is very complex because they are not masks, they are not clothes. It's very expensive to. There are no clear rules. Is necessary to use? It's not necessary to use. Which type of mask you need to use? How many times can you use? For our point of view, this is very, very complex. Follow rules when the rules are not clear. Also, you know that in a factory of this size, it's not only the company, it's the company plus the unions, and sometimes the point of view of both groups of people are not the same. Must be the same, okay, because in this moment we are speaking about healthy and we are speaking about people, but also we are speaking that we need to survive to this situation and we need to continue producing. If the rules are not clear, it's very difficult. I don't know if more or less this is our current situation. This is our current status. If you have any question, I can try to answer.
Thank you very much, Juan. Yes, I will open the floor for some questions if there are.
Yes, this is Jorge González from TBiomed, Digital Health Cluster. Thank you very much. If a worker suspects that he has coronavirus, what is the internal protocol to deal with it?
In the internal protocol, if you have any suspects, you cannot come to work. Okay. If we detect that if some worker informed that he is with fever, that is not have good feeling, okay, it's not necessary to have fever, okay? Only that say, okay, I am not good, okay? Automatically, we make a study of the contact person, or the near contact person, and we inform to this person, and we put in quarantine.
And who is the person in charge of doing that? I mean, I want to know how the worker passes the information and to whom? To whom is the main person to?
Human Resources Department.
Right. Human Resources include the preventive, the risk preventive guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, include the healthy and safety area.
Antonio, can I make a question to Juan? One of the main topics for this post-COVID is trust. In your organization, how you dealing with the trust of the employees, the trust of the suppliers, the trust of the clients? So how do you feel this question of trust?
Sorry, I don't understand very well. Can you repeat, please?
Confianza.
Yes.
Confianza.
Confianza.
One of the
So,
main points is the creation of a trust relationship between with the company, with the employers, and so on.
yeah, I don't know. If you speak about the confidence about the to work with other people near, we don't have at this moment we don't have any case or any situation that because we only had one suspect case in the plan, but really was not confirmed. Okay, it's confirmed that was not coronavirus, and the feeling of the worker is that we are working in a safety environment. Okay, at the beginning, okay, I can say that before the obligatory closing, okay, yes, we have a lot of disappointment with the unions about the confidence to the safety environment of work. Okay, but with the measure that we introduce of cleaning 2 times all weekend, the plan is totally disinfected. The full plan, all areas. We have give to them gloves and masks, and now the feeling of safety is better. Okay, the access to the plant are very controlled. The transport, okay, in the transport we have duplicate the number of buses. The people are split in the bus, only use the one seat each 2 lines in the bus. Okay, if the plan, I think I have the feeling that the workers see that the direction is taking action to create a safety environment.
Juan, do you have problems with the parts, with the supply of the parts that
Yes,
you need?
of course. Sorry for this. We have a lot of issue. First, and we in February we reduced totally the access to. At the beginning of February, we closed totally the access to the plant. Okay, no customer, no supplier, no visitor. Okay, now it's only allowed to come the forwarders. The forwarders must become with masks, with gloves. If not, it's not allowed to enter in the plant. The trucks are downloaded from our personnel. The forwarder only is allowed to go down of the cabin to go to the restroom, a special restroom, a special relax area, and we have the problem that some forwarders are not admit or not can be adapt to this rule. Okay. In other way, we have material to send to customer, for example, to Marruecos in the warehouse that we cannot send because it's forbidden the export to Marruecos or to other countries. The relation between customer and supplier is complex. It's complex at this moment. Also, can you imagine we work with aluminum and metal raw material. This raw material must become from China in a lot of case. But our company say you need to be very careful with the inventory because at the end you need to reduce the inventory because we need to generate cash flow. But what is the risk to reduce the inventory in the raw material? If your customers start again to increase the demand, the supply times of this raw material is very high. We are speaking in some case 8 months, and it's a real risk from the business. Align the situation to reduce the inventory and generate cash flow, and to be covered to increase the customer demand. This is at this moment one of the more complex points when we are speaking about business.
That's really, really important. So it's
Antonio.
the situation is of high risk.
At this moment, the situation, the rules for us is take risks. Take risks because we don't know the real situation of this pandemic. Okay, because okay, you can imagine our sales can decrease 80% at this moment. And yes, it's clear the next week start to work the big car automotive company, but which level of demand? Because they're saying that we have down only 20 points on the productivity for safety measure, they will have the same issue. All plants must reduce the productivity because you need to adapt new rules that make more complex or that reduce the production time for cleaning, for organizational process, etc.
So the return to work will be very, very slow, no?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Daniel, sorry.
Sorry, because today I can only stay until 9 o'clock and I would like to ask a question. You were talking about the employees a few minutes ago, and there is one very specific question when the person has symptoms and if you're not feeling well, you are told to not go to the office.
Yes.
At some point, maybe the employee is afraid that he will make less money if he stays at home and maybe hide the symptoms and still go to work. How do you go about this?
In our case, this is not a problem because we have a social bonus, social agreement that the company complement the difference between the government pay and the real salary.
So they are receiving all the salary. Thank you. More questions?
Can I make a question? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Vasco.
With this situation, do you feel any pressure to speed up the transformation for Industry 4.0? So increasing the number of robotic systems inside of the plant and so on?
Let me introduce you, Vasco. Juan is probably one of the most expert in Spain on Industry 4.0, and he is the expert for the global group of Dana Automotive. So you are speaking with a real expert.
I heard that at the beginning, but one thing is to be an expert, and the other thing is to have the responsibility to produce that, and that has impact on, people jobs.
I got to say very, very clear, okay? Forget it, Industry 4.0 at this moment. All the big company, all investment are totally frozen, totally. At this moment it's a risk, okay? Buy nothing, because when you try to implement an Industry 4.0 solution, for example, we have a big project to machine learning, to quality inspection. Then our ROI was very, very good. We got to reduce a lot of employees and a lot of money, but we need to make a big investment. And the company say no. Why? Why? Because I don't know if you go to continue producing the same level. Perhaps you can survive with 2 workers, make the manual visual inspection, and if the demand decrease, you can remove this worker. From my point of view, at this moment, this is one of the okay, it's perfect. We are speaking now that we are working at home, that the social network, the video conference. Okay, all of this is very good. But for industry, for the big companies and industry, this pandemic is a really a stop of the industry 4.0 because there are no money to invest, and this is a real problem. I don't know if I have very clear because it's very beautiful to say no, the situation is good to change to the manual work to robotic but the robotic need a lot of money. One very simple example. Now we have our third line of automatic production line. It's a line with 9 robots with 6 automatic press. In February, finished to install the machine, okay? But now we have the line stopped because the German team that must become to program, to install, to configure, cannot come to the plant. They cannot travel, there are no hotel. We have spent a lot of money.
Millions.
And millions, yes. And the big companies say, before make any new buy, you must be very, very sure that this new buy go to create a very fast return of the investment. If not, stop. Perhaps for a small company that now there are not a lot of work, that help can say, okay, this is a good time to make some digitalization in my process, okay? But for the big company, I think that is for the industry 4.0, this is a very big problem.
But the problem is also with resources, as you said. It's not only a question of having the money to invest. The problem is that there are not expert teams, there are not possibility to implement new hardware. I have been reviewing the price of the hardware has increased crazily, specifically those that are related to what is more interesting now. For example, the thermographic cameras.
Not all thermographic cameras now try to rent calculating the cloud is higher, it's more expensive. The technical support is you cannot have the same technical support because it's clear that the home work is very good, but sometimes you need to have the technical in the shop floor and working face to face with him.
More questions?
Juan, good morning. Having your large experience, how do you see the effects on future economy of having all the industries working with a decrease in production, with an increase in costs? What in your mind is the effect on the economy in the future?
I am IT people, no economists, but my feeling is that at this moment the situation is very, very bad, and I'm not sure how many years we will need to return to the previous situation, because I am sure that these new rules has come in, and I'm not sure if we go to have the chance to eliminate. And if can you imagine in the OE, I don't know if you know the OE business of automotive, but the OE business of automotive is very aggressive. The car maker in a lot of cases mark the price of the piece of the element. and you need to produce for this price. If you improve your productive system and reduce your cost, the car makers say, oh no, okay, you have reduced your cost, you need to reduce the price of the piece that I buy for you. But if you increase your cost, say, no, this is the price that we agree. This is the current situation. I don't know if with this new scenario, this situation go to change, but I have the feeling that not. As, for example, as we are reduced at 20% of our productivity, our cost has increased more of this 20% because now we need to put in the cost of this part all not productivity spend. For example, cleaning, by thermal cameras, the complement of the worker that is at home. You need to put all this in the same basket, and the cost of the part increase a lot of.
Thank you. More questions? We are now we are jumping.
Sorry, this is Jorge Gonzalez again. Juan, have you incorporated any kind of technology to exchange information between the workers and the company regarding the situation, or if a protocol is updated? Anything that how do you exchange information now in this environment that information changes so much?
With which the information?
Some kind
Between
of
the company and the workers.
Okay, yes. Okay, this is another topic that we have making in a very fast time. We have developed a portal employee, okay, in order to use with the cell phone and with the internet in order to have communication with the workers, okay, with all information about the measure, all information about the regulation of the employee, to collect the authorization of the worker, to send some document with the government, because in March we decided that we need to try to remove any contact with the worker and with the papers, okay? And very fast we have developed a portal employee in order to allow to do all this type of communication with the worker. The answer of the employee has been very, very good. We sent the first SMS one day at 4 of the afternoon, and in 24 hours we had the 79% of the workers registered in the portal employee. And now we are trying to arrive to the 90%, 99%, because we know that some of them are all people that don't have access to a computer or to a smartphone, okay? But for the rest, they have in real-time communication of all. Because in some cases, we have had a lot of issues with, for example, to decide if we open the plan or not, or when we need to change the shift of a worker. In this situation is more complex than at the past. For this reason, we have created this employee portal.
And you think that solutions like geopositioning to avoid that people get together very close, or tracking the previous contacts in case one is positive, do you think that will have a real impact in your risk prevention? I don't know if it is clear what I'm saying. You know that there's these apps from Korea and Singapore that they geopositionate the people, and they find that there are some people very close together. They give a warning, or that they track the previous contacts.
At this moment, we are very positive in this topic, okay? We don't make warning, we don't make finish, okay? Only good words, please. try to keep in distance. Remember, it's for your security, it's for our security. In this case, we are trying to be very positive message. Okay. In any case, we can create alert or a threat environment. Okay. Our feeling that is better with a good work. Okay, than not create a punish environment. Okay, this is our opinion, and at the moment we are using this this way. Okay, I don't know if in one moment in the say to change, we will to change. Okay, but at the moment the result of this good positive action is better than the punish.
Policy to seems to be the police, no?
Yes.
Antonio, can I make one last question about digital transformation? How are you using digital transformation in the future for this new plan that you are having in the future?
Antonio, I don't understand.
Digital transformation.
Yeah, it's very high level question, Jaime. I think that to speak now about digital transformation is not in the in the practice. Juan, do you understand the point? Do you think that you could implement some kind of digital transformation? Jaime, for Juan, digital transformation is the daily life. It's
yes,
not something.
Okay,
he's living the continuous digital transformation. He's
yes.
5 or 6 years in far than the rest. Okay, sorry,
yes.
sorry, Juan.
We consider, okay, it's clear that my department is the IoT department in Europe. Okay, we continue working. Okay, and we continue try to find a solution and try to find ways to help the company to improve the process, to have data, to collect data. But at this moment, for example, I am totally focused to the digital information with the government. How to send the data to the government, how to create the document, because at the end, one of the problems of this type of big company as our company has 128 plan in our work, okay, that the IT department and the IoT department has decentralized, okay. This is better outsourcing. This is better outsourcing. And what happened when you need to have the resource and the knowledge inside the company? There are only a small number of persons. And in this situation of surviving, you only have very small resources. And you say, no, I need a consultant for this topic. And the company say, no money. And you need to do it. Okay. We continue working, okay? It's clear. And we continue to try to implement our IoT solution. I continue with my monthly meeting with the European plan, but the reality is that the resources and the money is not enough to continue with the real work.
And I need to say that Juan is an exception in this area because he has a very good team inside the plan. His approach is to have a lot of knowledge inside the group. But you cannot imagine about this kind of situation for SMEs or for those that are totally outsourced.
Yeah, it's very complex.
Hi, it's Anais. Good morning, everyone. Just a quick question, Juan, about maybe to another side. How do you collaborate at European level? So I mean, because you, how is the situation in other plans, and do you? I mean, does it help to connect with the other? Because you just said you have plans everywhere. So how is the situation, and how do you relate, and how do you help each other?
I'm not sure if I live in I am working in the plant, okay? I'm not working at home. I am the only one that I continue working in the plant because I am very near of the productive areas, okay? But the rest of the people are all office people are working at home, and I am involved in SAP project implementation in USA, and we have daily meetings, daily. More or less of my 10 hours of work, 6 are online meetings, all online meetings with the rest of the team. We have very habit to work in this way because, for example, the SAP team meeting, Europe SAP team meeting, are 6 German plus me. This means that we need to be in contact every day by Skype, by Teams, or the American Teams is the same. Okay, we only perhaps we see one time per year, no more. The rest we are working online by Skype, by Teams. For us, this is not new. It's our normal activity from a lot of years ago.
More questions? What would you help? What will help you? Sorry, Juan. What type of action, or if you will ask for the best help that you could reach for, what will help really you?
From my point of view, 3 topics. Okay, the first, unique and clear rules on Europe. This is crazy, totally crazy. Someone need to make real and clear rules. No change. I can understand that the situation changed, but it's not possible that you say, no, you need to use this mask, no, you need to use this other, it's necessary to change every day, no, it's not necessary to change. You need to create rules, okay? Good or bad. Perhaps are wrong, later change, but create rules. Associated with rules, with clear rules, is very, very difficult work on it. This is for me the main topic, clear rules. No, the local government, the regional government, the European government, sometimes are very similar, but create confusion. The second is the accessibility to personal equipment protection. It's very difficult to access to the mask, to the glove, very, very difficult. And the price are high. And the last topic is the contact with the government, with the organization, with the agencies of the government. You cannot lose one full day to speak with employee assistant to resolve a doubt that at the end say, well, I don't know. For production, from the relation with the worker, from the supplier, don't worry about it. We have a lot of experience. We go to try to find the best way to continue to produce, to continue the company open, and to continue to be competitive. But we need rules, equipment, protection equipment, and accessibility to the overall agencies. More clear?
Juan, if I may, it's Jorge again. A further challenge. What would you need? Say that this is getting better over the next 3 months. What would you need in 3 months? When maybe there is more equipment, maybe where rules are more stable. What do you think the need would be then?
In 3 months, protection devices. The first step, we need to protect the workers. Okay. Also, with this device protection, rules how to use it. Because if not, sometimes you enter in discussion with disappointment with the unions, with the preventive department, with no clear rules. Okay, is necessary to use masks? Yes, not, and this time. If not, it's not. If yes, it's yes. For example, okay, the social distance, one say 1 meter, 1 meter and a half, 2 meters. For us, the rule is 2 meters. And we keep with this rule, okay? And now we are in a situation that we need to regulate workers. There are a lot of workers that must be receive the unemployed salary. All this activity must be faster and easy.
But is that what you just mentioned is not more or less the same of what you need now? My question is, I will put you the problem, not the need. My question is, in order to develop solutions to be ready on time, maybe we are late already because you need it now and it will take a time to develop it. So I want to do a little bit forecasting exercise, like say in 2 months, 3 months, one that the main pain points that you have now, they are more or less solved. What do you think the next wave of needs will come to you that maybe through the clusters, through a cooperative approach, we at that time can provide you with the solutions for the problems at that time. That's the main reason why I'm asking this. I know it's hard, but it will help us a lot to be ready when you need it the most.
Okay, it's clear that we will need to have money resources to continue with the Industry 4.0 develop. Okay, all investment will be support. If the company cannot support, the government will be need to support if we want that our companies don't lose competitivity, because we are in a global market. The part that I produce could be produced also in China or in India or in Brazil. If my company is not competitive, other company go to produce. Okay, if I don't have money to invest in new technology, perhaps other country has other company can do it. Okay. I don't know, the cluster can, because we are speaking and we had a lot of noise in the newspaper and in the radios, in TV, in the television, that the European government go to put a lot of money in for the coronavirus. Okay, but this money must be put in the real place, to help to the people that need the money to live, and the company to need the money to continue growing. Because if the company not invest in the productive system, at the end the people don't have work.
Juan, I know that you are not a specialist on logistics, but do you foresee problems with the return to the normality in the logistic area, meaning to have the needed raw materials, and to send all the stock to the final client? Or?
In the current situation, it's clear. We have 3 trucks stopped in the warehouse to send material to South Africa, for example. We had the feeling that the legal process for export will be more complex in the future. This is our feeling, okay? And we will need to work all together to make easy this process. We have a lot of afraid about the arancel, the custom with USA in the future. I don't know what happened.
Okay, thank you. More questions. Eva.
Hi, I have a question. This is Eva Revilla from the European Commission. I would like to pick up on the point on the money from the EU because we are preparing like a Marshall Plan for the European Union. That means that very soon we will present our plans to the prime ministers because they are the ones that have to say yes. But we are going to redirect the whole budget of the European Union in order to support mainly the industry. So when you're saying that the money needs to be in the real place, maybe you can help us with your thinking about how is this money going to be in the real place. I must say there are a lot of discussions. The structural funds can already be used since the 1st of April to pay for the salaries in companies. And that is done from our side. Now it's in the hands of the national governments and the regional governments to do so. And I would like to know if this is already happening and if you see something there in this front. Also, there are a lot of discussions about putting the money in the hands of financial instruments. So that means that the money will be reaching the society through the banks. But there are other ways. It's an open question. I would really like to know your honest opinion. Thank you.
Very, very, very difficult. I can say my personal opinion, okay? Only my personal opinion. Okay. My feeling is that in some case, there are a lot of intermediate steps and a lot of organizative elements to use the money. This means I can understand that at this moment one of the most important topic is that the people that don't have work is clear, okay, and this is the real problem in this pandemic, that a lot of people go to lose the work. It's clear, okay, and we cannot lose the people. We are losing a lot of people by the virus. We cannot lose also people because they don't have nothing to eat. This is clear. How to pay it and how to organize this pay is very complex. Very complex because I have had the feeling sometimes that the people prefer be at home and receive a money and no work. Sometimes, okay. Now in Spain, we are speaking that in the say a lot of people in the agriculture areas, and there are a lot of issues to found these people. Sometimes because don't have enough training, or sometimes because they cannot make a hard work. We can push the training and we can push these people to work. In other way, we cannot lose a lot of money to create big studies, okay, a big commission, and to pay a lot of money to this commission when the money really is needed in the company. Sometimes we put the money in the small companies, the subvention in the small companies, and forget the big companies. And the big companies are the real engine of the motor of the market. In our case, in our personal case, I have had a lot of issues to find subventions, okay, to new projects. When this new project make work not only to my company, it's a lot of small companies that work for me. But no, you are a big company. You don't put money in your hands.
Can I make well, to talk about an example here in Portugal, even before the crisis, where there are some projects that they are at the top, you have a big company, but below you have a chain of small companies. And the idea is that the big company helps the suppliers, let's say, to evolve. So maybe it's a way to let's say combine the different needs. I don't know if you understood.
I need to say also that Juan is, or Dana Automoción is member not only of one cluster idea, but also of the other cluster here in Aragon, the automotive cluster, and he is developing some projects with both. Okay, and so he has a very good knowledge of how to engage the cluster networks and the SMEs on his projects.
May I say something? I mean, I think this question, I think it debates a lot of debate. Maybe not is the right time for this because it will take a long time, but I think the critical thing is, again, what Juan was saying are the rules of the game. What is the criteria? You try to help everybody, so you distribute at the end misery because you are giving, there are so many that you only give them a small amount, but then the politicians are happy because they say we are helping all the people, or you just put incentives trying that this money not only helps economic recovery now, but also the economic recovery in the future. Something like the Italian government is doing with this group that trying to have a vision of the country based, for example, on technology or doing things differently. So that's what I think that the European Commission could help, because if that goes in the hands of the regional governments to their own devices, some of them will be tempted to be what is called in Spain, café para todos, coffee for all, meaning that they will take all the money and distribute it across the friends, basically. And the chunks will be so tiny that the efforts will be minimal in provoking changes. So that's my opinion. I don't know, my personal opinion is that if you guys from the European Commission don't put incentives, rules, that they try to drive the typical coffee for all approach into something that will have real impact, maybe perhaps not in the short term, but yes in the medium and long term, that money will have much more impact in the medium and long term than just distributing equally across all companies that they claim that they needed. But this is a long debate, I think.
Yes, Jorge, and also at the short time, because if when the small industries come to the business again and don't have money to pay all those protection equipment, they cannot protect their workers. So companies need to be able to protect and to pay salaries. So yes, money to companies is really useful.
Yes, but you can differentiate. My point is there are immediate needs that hopefully they will be overcome in, say, 1 month, because we have seen that with the supply chains, for example, in supermarkets. After the big rush, little by little, you get that. So I would split the problems into very short term, medium term, and maybe long term, and then put packages targeting specific the needs of each of them. Because if you put all the money on the immediate things, you may end up having trillions of masks that at the same time they are not useful anymore. While the opportunity for improving them is lost.
I will give the floor. Sorry, I think it's very important to hear that there is noise from someone, please. Okay, I think the main point here is how to best invest the money that the European industry needs to receive. Okay, because as it's clear for everyone here, I think the challenge is really big. The money is limited, and we should be sure that the money is invested in those projects, on those activities that are most effective. Okay, so I would like to hear some comments on that, not from everyone, and from those that haven't spoken until now. Okay, but we will first start with Juan. Juan, what would you propose as the best way to invest the money?
I don't know, Antonio. It's a very complex answer. From my point of view, it's clear. The first, the money to investigate how to solve this pandemic. This is the This is the first point. Okay. The second is help the people that has lost the employee, but with real training plans and a project to adapt the economy, because the economy got to change. Okay. And the third point, clearly help to the big business to start to create a real network of work with the small companies.
Thank you. Thank you. More opinions, but from new people, please. I want to hear everyone.
Hello, everybody. I would like to say some words about this. I think that we are talking from decades from now about universal income. I think universal income or European income could solve a lot of problems, and then how to give funds to the industry. We know that we are shifting to a low-touch economy. Human behavior is changing, and with that, the industry also have the sectors in the industry will have different kind of impacts. I'm totally sure that some supply chains will be disrupted. And some sectors will have a bigger impact. So all kind of technology that are contactless, I think that will have success, because we see that the policy are using in China well met with artificial vision, and we see also some hotels in the United States using robots. So everything that is contactless, I think will have future. So I think to give funds, we need to see and to see what are the trends in the human behavior, and reorient also our economy and our industry, because
Thank you.
The world has changed. So we need to see what the world has, what are the trends, and then put the funds in the right place. So
thank you.
But I am more optimistic. I think that the digital transformation and the industry 4.0 will continue, but maybe in different ways.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Antonio, Alberto here, intervene one moment, because then I have to leave. I have another call. Of course, it's very difficult to say where to put the money, and of course now the money should come to the most immediate urgencies. But I think that it's also important that we invest. I don't know if money or change mentality in something that is very, very critical, crucial in this moment, that is sharing information. We need to know, I think there's still a lot of things we don't know about this virus, of course, but not only in the point of view, but also how to explain the huge difference that there are in the impact that the virus is having in different countries. For instance, the Nordic countries are, well, doing very, very better than this, and even some like Sweden, even without a strong lockdown. What you can say, well, maybe it could be, I'm thinking a lot in these days about this. It's a matter of way of living, a matter of, there are a lot of things, the aging of the population, but then when you try to find something that could be maybe logical, you came up with, for instance, Greece. I was just looking at the data. It's a very, very low level of debt, just 100 people. And it could be maybe comparable to countries like Italy or like Spain in terms of culture, of way of living. So I think that for me, it's very important that ways and to facilitate mutual learning and knowledge on how to fight this, and lesson to learn from other countries, other communities.
Thank you, Alberto. Pauline, would you?
Yeah, hello, Antonio. Well, I think it will be also important to invest in innovation, because it will be a key solution to find the solution and the technology to go on after the crisis.
Thank you, Pauline. Anyone else?
Veronica? I'd just a suggestion. Of course, it's not up to really as competence to the European Commission, but let's say watch out to the entire channel of funds, because what we are experiencing now in Italy, it is that the billion of euro of guarantees that the government has announced for the companies 10 days ago, and that have been approved under a state aid scheme by the European Commission, are blocked because of the banks. Because although some general rules have been provided by the Association of Italian Banks, each bank on the territory is not ready to start the process to provide guarantees to the companies. And sometimes it's up to the individuals, because they're bureaucratic in as mindset. Sometimes it's up to the IT platform of the bank that necessarily asks some input about Basilea, and so the credit assessment and the like. So as mandatory information that have to be put into the platform in order to complete the process to allow at the end the guarantee. So once again, the great effort that the European Commission and also the governments are trying to do is blocked by red tape. These times it is red tape in the banks. So if there is any possibility to to do something, please do something.
Thank you very much, Veronica, because this is, I can assure you that we are going to raise this question with my colleagues working in the economics Directorate General. We have a meeting with them on Monday. So thanks a lot. This is the type of insight that I am very interested in these meetings. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Eva.
More questions? Yeah, my feeling is also that the diffusion of the structural funds, at least here in Spain, is not so clear. There are some doubts about the rules. I have a lot of questions about minimis, for example, and I have sent some 4 questions to Marek yesterday, I think, based on the discussion made here in this morning sessions. And this is very important, as Juan has repeated some 3 times, I think, during this morning. The rules are not clear. That's very, very important. More questions? If not, we will close. You know that we will probably, I'm not sure, but we will probably receive the director of ULA's team next Monday, or if not, on the following days. So it will be very good to also prepare some question or suggestion to him. Okay. Thank you, everybody, and we meet tomorrow about education. Please, if you have references on education, we need people speaking with an expert view for tomorrow. Please invite your experts. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Juan. I hope with you a good dinner. I hope.
Juan, it has been great. It has been great. Congratulations. You have given us a lot of insight. Thank you very much.
Really good.
Thank you very much,
very
Juan.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It was very good. Very good.
Thank
If you need
you.
something,
Good work.
then you
Bye.
have my contact.
Juan, soy Jorge González.